So folks, we've already gotten on the car and we're now driving towards the famous Hotel Africa. Kindly can you check the sound and see if it's okay and tell us in the comments section. But we're now driving, leaving the famous United Conference Center after talking to a few folks to give us their experience. The main reason why we're here is because the Ministry of Public Works have given everyone who have structures in this vicinity a removal order. They've asked them to evacuate the compound of the United Conference Center and the famous Hotel Africa. So by December 18, it's going to be the deadline, and they will all have to look for new locations, obviously. But there are folks who have been here for ages. They've lived here, they're feeling comfortable and permanent. We've got permanent structures all built around the vicinity of Hotel Africa and the United Conference Center. So it's going to be quite I don't want to assume that this is going to be easy to get the folks out of this place, because it's been long coming. For years the folks have been trying to evacuate folks from this place. Sometimes you go to Hotel Africa, they evacuate, the folks come back and all of that. So but now the government of Liberia seems to be actually serious about wanting to develop both Hotel Africa and the United Conference Center. As we're driving now, if you can just zoom in a little bit, you'll see the Hotel Africa from across the bush, somewhere beyond the swamp. But that's Hotel Africa a little further from us if you're looking. So what? Of course. So for those of you following, we can read some of your comments. Javani Warrior, thanks very much for the commendation. Someone says these people are brave. Who sold the land to them? Yes, you know in Liberia how it works. Folks buying government property, and you want to wonder how they're buying it, who's selling it to them. Someone says this place is for government, then people are building there again. Someone says all those living over there, that's Mankula's son, he says all those living over there were squatting and government owes them nothing unless the government who is responsible for the welfare of its people will find some accommodation for them. Obviously, come to think of it, one of the reasons also why a lot of people settled around here could be after the war. Once people came back, everything was like kind of in a disarray. Everyone is looking for area to squat. Everyone is looking for home. So folks were just building massive structures, and eventually started erecting permanent structures. If you look from across the garden there, that's Hotel Africa, guys. Now right here at the intersection, look at one of these structures that's right here. Look right here at the intersection. See this beautiful looking compound. I mean, it looks permanent structure, of course, nice looking compound, but it's on the property of Hotel Africa. It's on the property of the United Conference Center. So it's obviously going to be one of those properties that's going to be affected by the evacuation. I mean, come to think of it. And so if you look right there, it says Prof. C. Nelson Oniyama, Seaview Golf and Country Club. So it appears that golf field that we were showing you is probably now under the ownership of someone else. If that's something that we can go by. In fact, someone said Liberians love new structures rather than maintaining the ones or the old ones that they already have. That's Joseph Bindi. That's if I got it right. Someone says some Liberians are very brave by building anywhere. That's Joseph Bindi again. Enoch Williams said the people live on government land for decades without paying anything. The government is rarely to renovate the property. Okay, yes, obviously, building illegally on government lands without squatters' right is void of compensation from government. That's Joseph BD again. So lots of comments speaking about compensation of those who are residing here. I want us to be talking as we drive. Yeah, sure, you can just come closer. My chauffeur reached Richmond Sim. I kind of lived in Liberia also for quite a reasonable time before I was even born here, along with Mr. Diflo Flomo. The two of them were having their long arguments while we were coming. But Sim, while we were driving, I would appreciate if you tell me what was it like during your days coming here at Hotel Africa and the United Conference Center.
Hotel Africa was a very nice place to come and visit.
Okay.
I can remember during my teenage, Hotel Africa was a place where foreigners or guys from other African countries came for events like occasions, you know, West African state president.
Yeah.
They were always regular at Hotel Africa for their summit events.
Yeah.
So
were you here in '79 when they had the OAU conference?
I was part of that occasion. 1979, my dad brought me to the occasion, and I wore a suit that most people call purple suit, but the original name of that suit were Total Involvement.
Well, Torber brought Total Involvement.
Yes, but now they have been changed around to purple suit.
So you wore Total Involvement just to come for the OAU conference?
Yes. My father and I came.
So who were the leaders you saw at the time?
Oh, great! I saw Shaka Steven and I saw Secretary.
Okay.
And in Torba at the time, those three guys of our West African states, our neighbors, those guys I saw.
Okay.
Okay then.
And speaking about the Hotel Africa side, you used to come play on the beach and things?
No, I was in distance. I was living way up to Cinco, you know, so we just came here for occasions. Like my father, when presidents come in here, my father and I would dress up and we come for the program. So that was read it, I knew, and this place was a nice place. Flower, the yard was so mulling, you know, it was a place like a European states.
Okay.
So
Small America, right?
Small America, West Africa was a nice place. So I wish that West Africa should be like the same, you know. So I'm grateful to the Liberian government that they are able to transform West Africa to something new again.
All right. Thank you very much, Sam. That's Richmond Sam. Richmond Sam is our chauffeur. Quite an interesting driver he is. Mr. Diflo Flomo will talk to me from the government and then tell me he's not interested. Quite interesting. But we are in the Hotel Africa. Yeah, as you can see, that's the building you're looking at there. The Hotel Africa is set right here. Like I said, only the frames you're looking at now. But quite a beautiful structure.
Very beautiful.
Yes, very huge. But once you arrive here, the energy that you know that welcomes you. There's lots of people living here. There's bikes. You know, there are clothes hanging up. Zinc shack structures are also in here. But we're now going to enter the compound of Hotel Africa itself. Can you imagine the fence still exists, Masami? The fence. So let's just get down quickly, guys. But we're already here at Hotel Africa, the famous Hotel Africa. I do remember coming here on a touristic expedition to come and have my own glimpse of history. Today marks, I think, one of those times that I've been here. So we'll now walk into the compound. Once you arrive, Masami, you hear music. It still looks like a resort.
Yes.
Imagine it's old, it's been here for ages, but the compound still stands the same purpose for which it was built. Not over a decade, over several of them. So if you look, if you can just show the camera right inside, we're afraid in fact that these songs will create copyright issues for our broadcast. But just look at the compound itself. Just look at the compound for yourself. See, there are folks having their entertainment centers inside the compound of the famous Hotel Africa. This is what it looks like, guys. I mean, the ocean is just right next door. I mean, I think this is why this place was chosen as the actual location, because once you're here, you get to see Monrovia from afar, from within the Hotel Africa compound itself. So just have a look. This is the building, Hotel Africa itself. This is what it looks like. Over 300 rooms were built here purposely to host all of the delegates that were coming for the OAU conference in 1979 during the era of President William R. Turber, when that verse of working hard to unite itself. See how many floors this is, Masami. If we can just check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you know, and obviously since we do not have the actual details from the engineer, we can't tell how many floors these are, but it looks like 5 up to 6 of them. And then there are several rooms attached, a bunch of entries, smaller entries built here, if you can look. No, so I mean, I come to think of it, Masiami, even the yard itself looks very beautiful, and it's very massive. And then maybe we could just take a walk quickly to the famous Africa pool, and you know, because this was the yes, we can make our way around, because this hotel was built to host the OAU conference at the time, so everything was about Africa. The pool is a giant size pool, you wouldn't believe, and it's built in the design of the map of Africa.
I think this place needs to be like a tourism sector, right?
And not the entire sector, just a site, of course. It was like, I mean, it obviously was a tourist attraction. Hotel Africa was the go-to place for tourism if you were coming to West Africa at the time. History has it, it's written, it's on the books. And for every Liberian who know, you know, the history of Hotel Africa will tell you this place was the place where every African wanted to come if they wanted to visit Liberia or West Africa. So all of the presidents that same names while we were in the vehicle, of course, were here in Liberia. Sierra Leone, Saka Stevens, you know, you think of the African leaders at the time who were fighting for African unity. They were all here. So folks are still making use of this magnificent infrastructure, but it's purely in ruins, in ruins, and dilapidated. Look at everything. Hotel Africa, when it was in its prime, will tell you this was the center of attraction. But look into the structure itself. I think it's fine. Purely dilapidated. Come and have a glimpse of the building of yourself from this angle. Just see the building from this angle, from up down, see what it looks like. You get to see, you know, every floor, every flat, you know, from this angle. Beautifully, you know, designed. And then the coconut trees, this pathway, you know, and then the famous Africa pool right ahead of us there, if you look closely. And that's where the pool is. And so we wish we could go upstairs, but we can't risk anything. No. This building has been here for ages. Think of it, since 1979. So you don't know, obviously. But let's just take a walk on the beach itself, so we show you the beauty of nature and why this place can be considered as an entire tourist attraction. Have a look right here, Masami. Whoa, the breeze from the ocean alone tells you there's a reason why anyone will want to be here.
And the view is very, very beautiful.
Now,
very beautiful.
One view I want you to look at, apart from these trees, you know, the chairs that have been placed in here. Let me see what this one feels like. Nicely designed. You can just have a seat right here and have a casual conversation. Yeah, but these ones were just built recently by folks who are making use of the Hotel Africa compound. But I'll show you Monrovia from Hotel Africa and why I say this is a pure tourist attraction. First of all, this is the Atlantic Ocean right here, right ahead of us there. If you look closely, that's the ocean. And then from here, you are looking straight up at the famous Ducal Palace, another historic piece of infrastructure. If you can just zoom in a little bit, and that's Monrovia right there. That's the free port of Monrovia. That's the free port of Monrovia right there. That's the famous Ducal, you know, Palace Hotel. And of course, this is the Atlantic Ocean right here. Hotel Africa, from this other end, you can just have a glimpse of it. Once you're on the beach, once you're on top of the Atlantic Ocean, you are looking at the famous Hotel Africa. These fishermen are also making use of the beaches. And then if you look there, there are some additional villas that were built around the Hotel Africa compound, and those are the ones that are lined up right ahead of us there. If you look closely, they look like, you know, palava huts, but they were all designed to host several meetings, host VIPs, presidents who made use of this particular vicinity. So
Anthony, someone is asking in the comment section, what does the government want to do with this place?
Well, that's quite an interesting question. But I mean, it's just obvious. That's the answer to that question is all government want to do with Hotel Africa, if not to renovate it and use it for the same purpose for which it was built in the first place, to host people. I mean, to serve as a hotel. This is an iconic piece of infrastructure that was built, you know, to showcase African unity. And so, for the fact that it's even named Hotel Africa, it speaks a lot about, you know, continental unity. So government wanting to probably rebuild or renovate this structure obviously mean that Liberia wants to rebuild one of the structures that stands firmly for African unity and also for Liberia's tourist sector, you know, in the country's growing test for infrastructural development. Obviously, I think that provided if that helps to answer the person's in the comment section question. But let's go to the famous Africa pool. So we show you, for those who were here in 1979 when the OAU building was built, the pool was designed in the form of the map of Africa. I keep speaking of African unity. Everything about Hotel Africa, the United Conference Center, was simply about the OAU conference that was being held here in 1979. And so that's why, in fact, the design of the pool maintains the map of Africa. So let's go and show you quickly. We can just double our steps and maybe you can focus while we go there, and then the building itself while we go closer to the pool so the folks can be having a glimpse of it while we go there. So yes, let's go from that end, and then you will be able to have a clearer view of the map. But the pool was designed, you know, in the form of the map of Africa. Have a look at it. So this is it right here. Just if I can just stand right here, Masami. Woo! Hotel Africa, folks. The map of Africa designed in the form, in fact, the pool designed in the form of the map of Africa. I don't know what the depth of this pool is, but the water in it still looks green, and that's because of the tile that's on the floor of this pool. It's actually green. And come, wow, have a look. Even the tile that is here still looks guaranteed right here on the floor. Still looks guaranteed. I mean, come to think of it, since 1979, these blue tiles are still here. And of course, the famous Hotel Africa, the famous Africa pool here at the Hotel Africa. And so the kids there are enjoying themselves, having, you know, some fun, having some fun time. So folks, this will do it. We just wanted to know what Hotel Africa looks like, just have a glimpse of the building, and then we can make our way back into the neighborhood and probably talk to the residents. The sound is not safe for our broadcast, so let's use this way instead. Right.
So the only thing we can talk with that guy sitting over there.
Well, we left.
So those of you just joining, I would like to say thanks for joining. We are here at the famous Hotel Africa. I think we can talk to that guy, right?
So let's see that folks in the neighborhood. Let's see if we can talk to some of the folks in the neighborhood.
So
right outside the compound.
Okay. So if you are just joining, I would like to say thanks for joining. Thanks for following this live broadcast. We are live in District 17, Montserrat County, at the famous Hotel Africa. So I'll just go back to the comment section. Jerry said, hope government of Liberia is fully ready to do something there. It shouldn't take like failure. They should be moved. They should remove the people in the place turn dusty. Meaning, I think trying to say that they shouldn't remove the people, right?
Yeah, I think he means you shouldn't remove the people and then you leave the place vulnerable just like it still is. Yeah, I don't assume the government means well for what it intends doing, and I know several governments have also made attempts, you know, to develop this place. But again, you can't determine for this government. Once they say they're ready for it, they're ready, and I can't speak for them. But I want to assume the Ministry of Public Works means well for this. Probably they've got some partners who are willing to invest on this particular location, because even with our Hotel Africa, the land alone, the environment alone, is a pure tourist attraction by itself. So let's go outside. We can show you the neighborhood, some of the structures where people It's okay, don't worry. We'll show you the homes that have been erected here inside Hotel Africa. Now this is the exterior of the building, outside of the compound, but look, these are the homes, and these are some of the residents who are here. As you can see, some are zinc shack because they know they are not, they can't erect permanent structures. There are those who have erected permanent structures, but there are folks who are fishermen who are residing here, so they've not built permanent structures, as you can see. These are homes. How you do? Let me tell you, how you do? How long you been here? Where ni?
Patient Camara.
Patient Camara.
Yeah.
Patient, let's turn up for me small. Let's talk about the Hotel Africa Benin. So my name Anthony Williams are from ELPC. And I want you to just tell me your name again, please.
Patient Camara.
So how long you been here at Hotel Africa?
More than 8 years.
More than 8 years. And you been living here?
Yeah, my house on the road there.
Your house on that side. My concrete, how you been?
Yeah, once I concrete, once I zero.
Okay. But are you aware that you were squatting your government property, right?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I was squatting on government property.
Okay. And then the government say by December 18, they want a property. What do you make of that?
No, the government just got to help all because for me, I'm Patient Camara. I don't even know where to start because I hear and I get sick and all is that.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I get nowhere because my mom, my father, only me and my children. And then the lay play would depending on and they telling all I move on there. They shot me. I don't really know what to say, sir. So we just appealing to the government or let the government see what you will do for us. Because I can say la work government. We the one on the ring going up and down. We say we want a paper. So the paper must not just all of that. All such children, we are children. Then you see how best you do up. We just baking him because we not get nowhere to go. I get nowhere with my children to go. That's why it made me sick the whole lot. I think on it. Just the phone I can't say me go find out. So we just baking a paper.
Okay.
We baking him. Because it's not easy.
Thank you very much. Your name also, Alma?
My name Kuma Fala.
Kuma, how long you been here?
For me, I can see the place 1 year to the place, yes.
Yeah.
But I've been renting in hotel 5 years, 1 year.
Okay. So somebody pay a horse here on government land and we're renting it to you?
Of course.
Okay. So, but you ain't got permanent horse for yourself, right?
No, under the place.
Only they sing sunny.
Under the buffer.
Okay, yeah, now what we call it. So that you living. But government say they come take you from you, and not that they like coming run behind you necessarily. They say up to December 18. By then, they expect that people who build permanent structures, you know, who pay the concrete hall and where you are renting from, people who pay in the roadway, in the alleyway, and all of that, they should start evacuating Hotel Africa land. But what a message to government? What they say?
My message to government, I want the people to please at least to help us because for now we get nowhere to go. If my children, I get nobody to help me with the children. Only I alone. If I want to say we're going to be here for survive, I need to sleep. So help help at least. So he can help us to get find place to be. Then he help us to ask him please we paying. Then he help us. At least.
Thank you very much, Makuma.
Because it very brought pain and sorrow to us. Since last night I close my eye. Yeah, we know where to start from. Yeah. We paying the paper.
Okay, we're hoping you will hear you. We're hoping you will hear your voice and do something about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
So, yes, there are other residents here. Come here. So, there are other residents here, right on the right hand side of us. If you can see, they're right there. They also reside here. They have their structure here. And, of course, but you heard it from these two ladies that we spoke to. They're calling our government to kind of pardon them and all of that. They've been here for ages. The thing about it is because I asked her earlier if she's squatting. And so if you're aware that you're squatting over the years, it's a sign that you've got to, be doing something that you can run to if the owner of the property ever comes around. I can say that to them now. They're grieving, obviously, so, but I think that's what it should be. But again, I guess the government intends to handle this in a way that it will not get chaotic and also it will not necessarily affect people. These are citizens also, and come to think of it, there are lots of structures owned by government that people are occupying. Speak of the 72nd barracks, government of Liberia, government in, government out. The people stay to 72nd, the moon from there, that war is not easy. Same case of Hotel Africa, government in, government out. So I think the government will obviously maybe do a kind of plan that will but it's tough. Obviously it's really tough.
Very difficult. Very difficult. Imagine being here for over 8 years plus and within 3 months time you got to leave the place, but then Liberia got to be developed too.
Sure.
Like look on the other hand, Anthony. Yeah.
That's to do with, let's just face Hotel Africa so the folks can be looking. That's to do with also similar thing we were just doing the evacuation process. They were, you know, clearing the roads for the construction or the enlargement or expansion of the, you know, the Japan Freeway, also from Freeport as far as the Simport River Bridge. You know, that folks who have their structures in a way, in a right of way, they have to be removed, obviously. So like you said, development has to come to Liberia.
Yeah, and development comes with pain.
Sure.
Development comes with pain. Let's look at Douala now. At least now, those who have stores and shops, they are dressing back now. Yeah. Another thing I carry on their business from the beginning. I think it was in July, right?
Yeah, sure.
In July, that thing was in tears, crying, saying to the government that we need to set, we need to do our business. Our children are in school, but development have to go on.
Yeah. Now some of them have moved on already because they've got no choice.
And the other thing said that the people will not get it off from here. They will not see no road, but at least now the road project start from Freeport to Lockingtown. So I think after the rainy season beginning next year, January now, probably work to continue the road project from Lockingtown Slimon to Simport Bridge.
All right, so let's see if we can go somewhere around the corner and just show you some of the structures, and then we can bring this video to an end. It's been quite a while now since we started, just to show you what it looks like here. Have a glimpse of the entire neighborhood from this end and look at structures across the neighborhood. There are zinc shacks that could be easily removed, but there are permanent structures that are also being built. Those can be removed, but will cost thousands of dollars. And if this was a property that folks do not know about, that it belongs to government, I think government will be doing some rough payment to pay them for removing their structures because they want development. But it's the other way around. These structures are built on government property. These structures are built on government property. Just pan the camera and look there. The entire neighborhood, punch countless number of houses. There are roads, motorbikes, there are shops, you know. Let's see if we can visit some of the folks here and maybe hear from one of two of them, and then we can bring this video to an end. But just yesterday, the public works were in this same very community asking the folks to evacuate, you know, and leave. Yeah, hello. And leave Hotel Africa. How you do? Who are you as you were here yesterday when the public where people came? Yeah, not here, right? But you don't hear the news that the government people say they come and face Hotel Africa. They want people never build a house there around here to start moving the houses and other things by December 18. Where near you, man?
Ready?
You get a house around here too?
Yes.
So you pay your house here? How long you been here? It's been a while now, right? For years, eh?
So the way the people say they come in take you from here, and the people issued a statement yesterday, September 18, and the government gave you 3 months from September 18 to December 18. So why you made up of it?
Yeah, I even say yeah, but it's today you're telling me.
Okay.
I can remember yesterday too, I went in the yard, I started hearing the girls and saying that the 90th day ratio. 90 I said, then 90 day again, it come again, a year before.
Yeah.
Then I had patients say, well, I'm joking. My son saw it on Facebook. My sister saw it that the 90 days, the people continue to talk about the place. I said, all right. That happened yesterday. So I'm surprised to see you.
Yeah, so that the news, but we're just going to hear from y'all who live here in Ryan, what you make of it, because government say they come in, you know, work on this place, and they're asking people who here in the next 90 days to be able to, you know.
Yeah, to leave the place.
I want to talk to our child.
So that you tell Lily? Tell come on, just stand up for us more. Oh, you know where I am? But tell Lily, you not hear about the news?
I never heard the news.
Like you said, the teacher Lily. So Ministry of Public Works not give you?
No.
Okay.
They put that Risha yesterday. I never see anybody.
Okay. Well, let me ask our man, as a cheerleader, are you aware that this particular location belongs to government?
Yes, I know that government property.
And you know a lot of people who are here are squatting.
Yes.
And you know, like anytime the government can come back to renovate this place.
Yes.
Okay.
But
But you
in-
know there have been times years back, government in, government out, they've been coming, they've been talking about wanting to remove people before, right?
No. I spent 30 years now.
Okay.
As I'm
Tell us your
Let me
experience.
take out my heater here for
I see it.
30 years living here?
Yes.
Living here. How it been?
So the problem are there, when the people know, government know that we don't want their money in the place. And you know what I'm saying?
Your money for government.
Yes, we're mining for government.
Okay.
And we live here. Some of our living way on the old road, but our husband, they were working here. And the carpet, the transportation, the course, those who work here, you pay your one horses.
Okay.
Because our having a feed here. Now what we did and we here. So when government came in, when they want to take off from here, then they find place and go there. But we not just leave like that. We appeal to them and we not get money. They know that. The president Waka said, "Come here, I will take the city."
So, Oma, you say God's, so it can be a one room here. So, who that God's person?
That the man that was taking care of the hotel. Why was on the hotel? He don't want to face it and he don't want to pay everybody. We call him cost. And he don't want to own the hotel.
So that what year? Was it in the 80s?
It was more than the
It
80.
should be in the 90s because
They poor pay, they played 1979.
I know 1979. And
Yes.
Marco Doe at the time was the owner, the English businessman who you calling Goss, I guess,
Yes.
was the owner.
Yes.
Of course, during the war, we got the information
Yeah.
that he also died and all of that.
Cost?
Yes.
No.
So okay, just go ahead, our man. Thank you.
No, but cost was here.
Okay,
When
he might
cost
have been
left,
descendant of-
when he left for here, he went Frita from Frita, he went America.
Okay.
He left the mayor, who the mayor said, that Mr. Casey was working in the place.
So that he didn't
My
want to
husband was
pay your
working about
own room
himself.
because you're living far.
We were living far off. He said the caretakers must pay place. From there, those who start working, we start paying our small houses.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? So the way President Waka said we must leave, we came for government. But he knows very well. We asking him, we appeal to him. Then he found somewhere to place us because we had nowhere to go. So when he ready now to drag us, I think he will drag us on the ground, but we had nowhere to go. So then he found place. We know that government place, that development. And you know saying that everybody got to develop, but you must satisfy somebody. That somebody satisfy you too. You can't just get children born here. They finish with high school here. Some of them married, some of them get children. Then he just ready. He just say, "I give you 3 months."
3 months.
And no pay for them, and all the working, no pay. To eat good food, say no food. What I will go start hustle be.
So we are paying.
So we just appeal to him, then he try. The way they do Western people, they pay so well and they get there. I will be happy with him. I will dance for him.
Say you put it there.
One room or two room.
Yeah.
Then he have said so with two room we can start our left there. But now they left. Then he just want for everybody to die. Then Waka want for us to die. When he come, we tell him.
Okay. How am you appealing now? So
Yeah. I appeal to him.
Oh wow.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he can try that one set to me.
So that's it, folks. You are listening to residents here in the Hotel Africa area. So for those of you who have been watching us, this is what the neighborhood look like finally. And then right behind you is the Hotel Africa itself, right above the roofs there. So from the United Conference Center this morning, we started this live broadcast just to bring you up to speed, to make some intervention here at the famous Hotel Africa. And of course, we'd like to say thanks for watching and thanks for following us. My name is Anthony Williams, and this has been a broadcast about the removal order that have been given by the Ministry of Public Works for residents who are residing here on government property at the famous United Conference Center or the OAU building, and of course the famous Hotel Africa. It's been a minute now since we had you watching us and following us, especially to our diaspora followers and to everyone who have followed. Thank you for following. My name is Anthony Williams, and my colleague here is
Amasiami Kone.
Aison Yeba has been behind camera. D-Flow Flomo led the team. Thanks for watching, folks.